Hi. Again, I'm Celeste Kirby. Because every once in a while I should tell you guys that. And I got a cute little alfalfa cowlet going on. It's adorable. Okay, so I'm not very competitive when it comes to sports and games and things where I should be. I'm just the best at everything I do. I titled in martial arts. I was number one in the state for years. Um, One time I fought as a black belt when I was brown because the Browns fought on Sunday and it was against my religion at the time to do that. So I fought as a black and I kind of felt like it was a waste of a trip because I got my ass kicked really quickly and the score was 3-10 and I'd never gotten my ass kicked that badly. And then my sensei came up to me and he was like, "Do you know who that was?" And I was like, "The first girl that's ever kicked my ass." And he was like, "She's a third-time world champion. No one's ever even scored a point on her in the past 5 years." And I was like, "Oh, okay, well, I feel better now that I at least scored three on her." So, um, from different angles of the room, you've seen my martial arts trophies and maybe debate or public speaking, or I do have a bad poetry contest trophy that my friends from my Sigma Tau friends did once. That's not actually, in this case, a sorority. It's Sigma Tau Delta English Honor Society. Yeah, college days, memories. Okay, but remember how I was competitive when that girl thought I was hitting on her and she's like, "You're not going to get very far." And I was like, "I'm not going to get very far. You're straight, right?" I'm I'm really not. I used to work at Marie Callender's, which is known for its pies. And every couple of months, they would do pie sales and drop the prices down to like $7 a pie, and then have a contest to see who could sell the most pies. And it would last about a month. And one time, about 3 weeks into the contest, I saw, again, I cannot be a spy, I'm completely unobservant. I noticed a list of names on the fridge. Not the walk in fridge, just a normal fridge, at normal restaurant fridge. Anyway, I noticed a list of names in the kitchen and I was like, "Oh, what's this?" And everybody just looked at me like I was an idiot because I can be. And it was the pie sales. And I was ahead of everybody. And I don't mean by just a little, I mean like miles ahead of everyone. And they were all kind of okay with it, like, "Okay, fine, whatever. Celeste is just really competitive and she has to kick our ass at everything we do." And as soon as they realized I didn't even know there was a pie sale going on and that I was just good without trying, that's when they all kind of got mad at me and started hating me. And I'm like, "Whoa, I'm not competitive. I'm just amazing without trying." So here I am, not being competitive in the medical arena and amazing without trying. Because I can't just have multiple sclerosis. No, that's boring. I can't just have fibromyalgia. Also boring. I can't just have endometriosis, which is probably more painful than both of those, because that's also boring. Nor can I just have endo without a cure, because most of the time it has a cure, and it's a hysterectomy. Didn't work for me. I can't have just that. Also boring. I can't have just chronic fatigue or depression or anxiety, or the people I love most in this world believe that if you can't see it, it isn't real, and that I should just be able to snap out of all of that. No, I can't have just any of those. I can't have crippling depression. I can't have just that. I can't have just severe ADHD. I I can't have just any one of those things. I have to have all of them. I can't have just blood clots the length of my legs. No, no, that's not fun. I can't have just weak bones. Once in the third grade, this kid bumped into me and he was like, "Sorry." And I was like, "It's okay." And then I was like, "Man, my arm kind of hurts." And I told my parents, and I was like, "Well, I'm going to the hospital tomorrow anyway to get my tonsils out. Let's have it x-rayed." And they were like, "All right." So they did. And I woke up and it was broken and it was casted in pink. Whenever the rest of the times I broke my bones from falling out of trees or whatever, I don't know how. I've broken a lot of bones. I chose the color of the cast, and it was usually white or blue or green. But no, when I was out, my mother chose it, and it was pink. I hate pink, or hate it. I can tolerate it now. But I woke up to the doctors asking my dad, well, why don't you sue the kid? And my dad's like, for what? He bumped into her. He didn't tie her up and beat her up and break her arm. He bumped into her. I still remember the kid's name, and he's a cool kid. He probably doesn't remember me because he didn't tie me up. He didn't beat me up. He didn't bully me. He literally bumped into me and yelled, sorry. And I was like, it's cool. And then I was like, ow, my arm really hurts because it was broken. I can't have just any one of these things. I'm definitely an overachiever. So I don't think I'm competitive. I think I'm just an overachiever. Maybe I'm competitive as well. I'm not sure. But I think I'm done with being a competitive overachiever and having all these weird medical conditions. I think I've had enough excitement for a while. Yeah, I could be done. No more new diagnoses. I can be done.